Hey everybody, Shoebox Legends here. Thanks for joining me today for a quick episode of Slab and Gab here on the channel featuring a brand new pickup. Just came in, grabbed this off of eBay only days ago, but I kind of froze right where I was at when I started unwrapping the package because it did come with a note in this case because I bought this card from someone who I've become aware of here on the YouTube platform. So found out about the channel Contrarian Cards. I believe from Joe, I think it was, over at Four Soft Corners, maybe did a shout out for his VR to Wade Boggs fan on, cool channels that are under 500 subs. Hadn't heard of it, so checked it out, and I've become kind of addicted to his content. Really great approach to collecting. He gets into some weird areas like Star Wars and other things that I really appreciate, and I love his approach to buying and selling and evolving his collection. So he talks a lot in his videos about sales that he makes, online or cards that he sold. And I'm just finding myself like really digging the cards that he's showing off and that he's selling. And so I made an effort to find his store on eBay. And sure enough, he had a card that I just needed to add, and there's a story behind it. But before we get to that, have this great note that was wrapped around the cards. Thank you. Hope these extra cards fit into your collection in some way. That's cool. So we got some extras, which I wasn't expecting. The Ted Williams is damaged, bent, creased. USPS creased it during delivery to another about a year or so ago. Hopefully you can find some use for it, being a Red Sox fan. So that's curious. Thanks again for all the support on YouTube. Enjoy the cards. Jason, aka Contrarian Cards. So I will leave a link below to Jason's YouTube channel, but like I said, he gets into like wrestling, magic, Star Wars, baseball, football, just really, really interesting content. And someone, I guess the biggest compliment I could pay him, he seems to put a ton of thought into his collecting and makes very meaningful, well thought out purchases, which is how I hope to be or aspire to be as a collector. I think a lot of us do. So that's, like I said, probably the biggest compliment I can give Jason. So go check out Contrarian Cards. And in the meantime, this is insane. Let's look at these throw-in cards. So we got a Topps Chrome baseball insert. That's perfect. I'm trying to do a row of these in my Soto Z folio, and I think I only have one, maybe two, so that'll go right into the Soto Z. Similarly, and with a little bit of foreshadowing, here is a 2020 Topps Gold Star Juan Soto parallel. We will see a different variation of 2020 Juan Soto and of this card later in the video here. We've got another Juan Soto. This is a Decades Best, I think, from Topps Chrome. Decades Next. Look at the great shine on this. Love it. 2020. It's an insert that I do not have in my Soto collection. And then this is the card that was referenced as a throw-in because it was creased. But, I mean, to say that I don't care would be an understatement, creased or not. This is amazing, and I am keeping this in the collection. Holy cow. Home Run Kings game-worn jersey from Fleer Triple Crown of Ted Williams. So here, I can tell what Jason's referring to here. If we take this card out, it was unfortunately creased during delivery, but I mean, I can deal with that. I'm going to put this in a case anyway and just admire it. This is printed in 2002, which is super cool. I know Jason is a fan of like the early 2000s relics cards, and I agree. Like those early day, the first 5 to 10 years of relics from the late 90s through the mid 2000s are just awesome. And I mean, I'm touching Ted Williams's game-worn jersey. That is, man, that is awesome. That is one of the coolest throw-ins that I have ever received, creased or not. So you were absolutely right that will find a place in my collection, Jason. And then here is the card that I actually purchased on purpose to go along with all those amazing throw-ins. Jason is a big fan of gold cards, which I am as well, typically numbered to 50 across different sports and even non-sports. And he had in his store the 2020 Topps Finest Gold Refractor Juan Soto. How awesome is that? This is a third-year Soto card. Gold. Great design. I love 2020 Finest. Some nice foil work there on the name. And golds are always numbered out of 50. This copy right here also happens to be 50 out of 50. Now, normally that's not something I pay too much attention to or would put a premium on. But in this case, I felt compelled to buy this card almost solely because of that. And I haven't shared this with Jason yet, but I did tell him there was a particular reason I wanted that card and then I would get into it in the video. But I happen to own and have never had the opportunity to show yet on YouTube this card as well. The 2020 Topps Chrome Gold Refractor of Juan Soto. So now I've got two 2020 Juan Soto Golds. Got the finest flavor on the left, the Topps Chrome and the PSA 9 slab on the right. Two awesome third-year cards. I know Soto seems to be cheap again. Joked about that in a recent video, but I'm a huge believer in this guy long-term. Both of these cards are long-hold cards for me, to just keep and see how his career turns out and watch him continue to do his thing. But the real reason that I almost felt like I had to bring this finest into the collection to join this Topps Chrome, look at the top right here. This is also copy 50 of 50, the Topps Chrome. So I've got copy 50-50 of the finest gold and copy 50-50 of the Topps Chrome Gold, both third-year Sotos. So I will definitely get this finest card in a nice one-touch magnetic, and I'll be able to put him out on display, right alongside the Topps Chrome Gold Refractor. And I just thought that numbering was too cool, and that's a case where it just feels like destiny or too perfect, bringing those two cards with the same numbering like that into the same collection to sit side by side in a box. So that is my awesome purchase from Jason over at Contrarian Cards. Huge thank you, Jason. You really made my day with that Ted Williams, but all those throw-ins were great. Love the opportunity, and I'm honored that I was able to pick up that Juan Soto from your amazing collection and unite it with the other Omega, as you would say, 50 of 50 Juan Soto Gold. So thanks a lot for tuning in for another episode here of Slab and Gab. Please check out Contrarian Cards at the link below, and I will be back in the very near future with some more sports card content. Until then, take care and enjoy the hobby.